All right. It seems like we're live on both sides now. Yeah, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. Now, you're going to be seeing my face move from side to side, and I will try as much as possible to be coherent with this live, but I cannot guarantee you that I will be completely coherent because what I'm going to share it's a bit heavy, and yeah, I'm just going to toss this up, heads or tail. Um, the title of this talk today, it's toss it up. It's sort of a challenge to me and a challenge from God because I have thought of it a long time ago of how I'm going to put this. And it's been very scary. To just the thought alone has given me sleepless nights, has been very scary for me. But recently, I got all the signs that it's time to finally speak. A few years back, I think it was 9 years ago, thereabout, I lost my brother at the age of 46. And a few months back, I lost another friend, not very close though, but we have common friends. We hang out together at the age of 46. And just recently, I saw a popular guy. I think his name is James Ranson. I think it's from the Wire and It series. He also passed on at the age of 46. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because when my friend passed on at the age of 46, I thought of the fact that I went to check his videos out. I went to check him out if he had any presence online. And I saw that he was a pastor before he passed on. And I remember saying to myself that, you know what, I am very glad that he gave his life to God before he passed on, you know. But at that very moment, when I said that word, I had to reflect on my own life. That God forbid something happens right now. Is there one thing you regret not doing? Is there one thing you regret not? Is there one impact you regret that you did not create? Is there anything you regret at all? And what I'm about to do now is the one thing that I would have regretted if today is my last day and I did not say it. Because I don't want to go to my grave with things like this. When that day comes, when God calls me, I want to go empty. I want to make sure I have offloaded all that God has put in me on earth. And this, I must tell you, is one of those things that has been holding me back. So most times I just feel like I'm not worthy of what I am doing. I will stop, self-sabotage. It's just been there hanging hovering over me. and please don't mind the fact that I seem to be robbing and beating around the bush. I'll get there. Promise you, I'll get there. Um, but I have to take the time to build it up. It's not easy to just say it. So I've always been someone that I love to stand by this truth, speak my truth. My parents can even attest to that, But the two other things that have become very obvious to me over time is the fact that I was not obedient to God because I've been hearing this thing since say it, say it. I was so scared. Say it, say it. I cannot, for some reason, I could not say it. But God has said that. And that's why I put that word, toss it up. When you see, when I tossed this coin just now, when I tossed this coin just now, it was an acronym for a challenge, which stands for truth, obedience, and total submission. Submission, but total submission. So God wants us to be truthful, be obedient to Him, and completely submit to Him in all we do. So I'll go ahead and get into the story. Um, so this story happened about 35 years ago. No, 33 years ago. I should have I should be around the age of 15, thereabout. Um, at that age, I was young and very, do I say rebellious? But I did a lot of atrocities. I committed a lot of atrocities. I stole, and those days we didn't used to call it stealing. We had a name. We had good names, funky names for these terrible acts that we did. We called stealing Odu. Odu. So you go do Odu. Odu. So everybody wanted to be involved in Odu because if you are involved in Odu, you get a piece of the pie. Even if you just get to see them doing the Odu, you get a piece of the pie. So on one very day, as I was in the wing in my room, the top floor in our on our house, you could from my room you could see the gate. I was right there and I saw a few people that I knew walk past. I mean, people that were close, that would do things together. I don't want to call any names. I just hear speaking for myself and no other person involved. And I saw them walking past. And when I saw them walking past, something in me told me, follow them behind. Don't let them know that you're following them. Just follow them behind and see where they're going. I think they're going to do one Udu. Follow them. They are keeping you out of the Udu. Follow them so that when you see it, they'll give you your cut. So that's what I did. I followed them right behind and they got to a house. When they got to a house, I followed them to the house. As soon as I got into the place, there was some awkward noise within the house. And a few guys about About four of them, four guys in the house. And still, I didn't understand what was going on because I was not a part of the plan or whatever the way they were doing. I just happened to be there. I just happened to sneak into it thinking that, you know what, this is going to benefit me. And please, I really need you guys to listen to this things clearly because there's so many lessons to take from this. Even the lessons that I don't know, some people can listen to it and get certain lessons that need. There's so much lessons embedded in this full story. Number one lesson is that the fact that do not go where you were not invited. Don't try to force yourself into anything. Otherwise, you could be forcing yourself into trouble. So I got there. I was eager to see what it is that they were doing, what the noise was about. Hey, if you move, I kept quiet. And behold, I got into the room. When I got into the room, I saw a girl lying down on the bed. And and he happened to be someone that I know that was my close friend. She was lying down there on the bed, about to be violated. Yes, sexually violated. And that's the word I'm going to use. I froze. I didn't know what to do. If I should go back, if I should run away, if I should stop it. I didn't even know if I could stop it. So I was there. I watched it as they took turns. Yeah, I had to do this live because if I didn't do it live, if I decide to say I want to record it, I won't be able to post it. So I had to do it live, knowing that if it's out, it's out. I know my life might not be the same again, but it's okay. I just have to do what I have to do. I have to be obedient, right? It is better other lives are saved than one secret is kept. So, but anyway, I watched as they took turns. And to worsen matters, I took my own turn. After taking my turn, I ran away. But like I said, instantly since that very day, the guilt has been very heavy on me. I've had sleepless nights over this issue. It has been weighing on me heavily for the longest time. But reflecting back as an adult now, I realized that so many other boys will fall into that hole. It's a dark hole. So many other boys will fall into that hole. So many other boys will be trapped in this pigeonhole, this dark demonic hole, which has been created. So many other girls will fall victim of sexual violation because of lack of awareness, because of lack of digging into the conversations and really going to the root cause of these problems. It's just being treated on the surface like, okay, this one happened, or accusations here and there. No one really cares to dig deep into it. There's so many things going on there. Our children, the next generation, is getting destroyed in that dark hole because people that have experienced it never come to talk about it. Shame in that hole exists. Shame in that hole exists. Guilt in that hole exists. Fear in that hole exists. Blackmail in that hole exists. Betrayal, right? We all took turns. We all took turns. But in all of it, there was a betrayal that's still unknown. There's a lot of betrayals in that situation. And this is why I'm saying this, because I do not want the next generation. I do not want our own kids experiencing the same things, because they won't share the same way. None of us has ever said it. The victim, everyone involved, no one has said anything. That's the same way these things will happen to our kids and the generation after, and they will never say anything. Everyone keeps quiet. And guess what? Silence breeds, what does it breed again? It breeds the same situation. The English word is not coming. It permits it. So it will keep happening. The cases will keep increasing because it's all happening in silence. It's all happening in secrecy. It's all happening in the dark hole. If it happens, the victim will not speak because of shame. Now, some of the young boys that did these things stupidly, not knowing, sort of knowing a little bit that maybe it's not good, but their senses are not on at that age because they never heard about it. For me, I will speak for myself. I did not know what to do. I knew it was wrong, but something was telling me, oh, if I'm not a part of it, how do I handle my boys? They will laugh at me. They will think I'm not a man. They will this, they will that, they will this, they will that. And I did it. Now, this is not excusing myself. I'm not excusing myself for anything. If for anything, I am ready to take whatever punishment comes with it. Because I think such things, however it is, should be punished so that it doesn't happen next time. There has to be a case where there has to be a situation where something happens that stops other people from being victims. Because I tell you now, for free, at that stage, at that age, a young boy and a young girl are both victims of the society. And I'm saying it confidently, even if they are both victims of the society. The boy is a victim of the society, thinking, who is a man, that's what they do. There's a name we used to call it. We call it Ayogidi. We had nicknames for all these silly acts. It was called Ayogidi. Now, if we don't put a check to it, I mean, these conversations should be had. You don't have to do it publicly, right? I'm here, I'm speaking my truth, I'm being obedient to God, and I'm totally submitting to his will because I don't know what's going to happen after now. I don't know, but I know all I heard was that submit, surrender, right? So whatever happens is God's will. It happens. Some people don't get to say these things and they unalive themselves because they don't feel worthy of anything. They feel that guilt. They feel they don't deserve anything good because of when thinking back, they have a good mind now as a man, as a grown man. But thinking back, they look back and are like, oh my God. And they hold themselves ransom in that hole. So the rest of their lives, they're running it based on that thing that they can never forgive themselves of. So you see them continue to self-harm things. When they say when they say I don't know how to use when they say unaliving rate is high for men. There's so many things that are being kept here. There's so many secrets that are being kept there. That's so damaging. So if you have a daughter, I don't have a daughter. Um, I mean, I cannot relate as someone that has a daughter, but I can relate as someone that would have a daughter. And imagine that kind of thing happen to my daughter. So I think the key is to really try and fix these things from its root cause. And its root cause is sexual education to the little boy, sexual education to boys to learn at that stage. If this kind of thing happened, this is what you do. Because I remember thinking, what do I do here? I was confused. No one has ever told me anything about that kind of situation before. I heard it happen, but seeing myself in that situation, I was like, oh my God, what do I do? I said, she's never going to talk to me again, but I've got to be with my boys. I can't be with my boys because when I go there, they'll be laughing at me that I ran away and I can't hang with them. What do I do? I've got to do it. And that's how I did it. And I can't lay my apologies here to the victim. I know this is going to probably be a re-traumatizer, but I apologize for having to do this. Um, but seriously speaking, I had no option. I had no option. I just had to obey. I had to obey God. I had to do this. There's so many other ways I've thought about it. I've thought about how do I say this? Do I write something down? I couldn't because my head could not line up anything. I just couldn't. And I don't know if I'm making sense now, if I'm coherent, but I know um, the most important thing is that I have said it. I've said it, and I challenge everyone else. It's a tough challenge. You don't have to say the truth publicly. You don't have to obey or submit to God's will publicly, but God wants us to do this. You have boys, you have girls, right? Sit them down, have a conversation, tell them the mistakes you've made so that they don't make the same mistakes. That's how you're going to save the next generation. Tell them wholeheartedly. If you cannot tell them, take this video, right? Sit them down, let them watch the video. They might be able to relate to a little bit of it, right? Tell them that this is what, let's watch this video. Don't tell anyone else, just your child. Save one child is okay. Tell them this is what happened to me. This is what happened to me. You see this guy now. Oh, this is what happened to him. Okay, this is what happened to me. And it might not be sexual violation. It might be you killed someone, right? It might be something else, anything else. Share it with them because it's going to come round. It's going to come round. That thing you're not sharing with them, Your kids will fall in that same hole. They will not tell you. So the only way you can prepare them to be able to avoid that hole is tell them, I fell into the hole. When you get there, turn to your left and move away. Turn to your right and run. That's the only way you can save them. So do this challenge. I've done it publicly. It's okay. I'm ready to go in for it, right? But do it with them privately. Have the conversations with them. It will save their life. It will save another person's daughter's life. Because if you come around, you're going to have a daughter. You have a sister. You won't be there to protect them. They experience life for themselves. Our parents were not there when we saw all the things that we saw, all the experiences that we saw. If we share with them, they'll be shocked. I'm sure when my parents watch this now, they will be surprised. Yes, it happened. But I give God the glory for who I am, the man that He has made me be. The fact that He spent my life through all the atrocities and through all the things that happened to me. I'm here today. This for me is legacy. Even if I leave tomorrow, I'm happy that I've done this. I'm happy. Now, in that situation, there were so many betrayers within family. You know, there's some secrets some families keep. They don't know those secrets are eating them on the inside. Family keeps the secret. Nobody here, so you don't tarnish the family name. But those secrets will come up and eat your children, eat your grandchildren, and you're doing the damage to the family because you're keeping secrets. I want my children to grow on the foundation of truth. So they know that everything they do, both in private, has consequences. They'll come out someday. Like this one that's happened to me now. It's coming out because someone didn't have to say it. I couldn't live with it anymore. It's 33 years now since it happened. And I just had to come and say it. So children need to know the right thing to do. Children need to have these conversations. We need to treat sexual violation as a real conversation, not something to be shameful about, not something to be scared about. When it happens to the victim, you start questioning the victim. Why did you go to this place? Why did you dress like this? No. Let them have the confidence to come to you and tell you what happened to them. I don't even know how I feel right now. I don't know. Don't even know how I'm speaking. But I'm glad that I spoke. This might help one person, might help two people. It might help nobody because we live in a world where things are always good, that things are just definitely going on the wrong side. People are, rather than treating issues and finding solutions to certain issues, people are accusing each other, insulting each other, just trying, not bringing, not proffering, complaining, not bringing solutions, right? People don't like to hear solutions. They don't like to hear the right things. They just want things to. They like they like trouble. They like things to go. Terrible things fly trend. So this might help someone. It might not help someone. But if it helps one person, my job has been done. So I beg you, you know yourselves. Whatever it is you've done in the past, God has said, do not carry that guilt on. He's died for your sins, right? He has forgiven you your sins. Don't hold yourself ransom in that hole. Be it 40 years ago, 50 years ago, you're still in that hole because the thought of it is not leaving you. It's not allowing you function to your highest capacity, to the frequency God has created you to be. When He came and died, shed His blood for your sins, He's taking all that away. He wants you to live freely. So if tossing it up, which is speaking the truth, right? Being obedient to His will, you will hear God's voice. You will definitely hear His voice. Being obedient, right? And submitting to what He wants you to do. Instructions. In my case, I had very clear instructions. Like this, like this. You're going to do it on the 25th of December. It is this year. Did do like this. As I'm listening, I'm getting a message, surrender. I'm getting the message, do not carry any, do not carry over anything to the next year. All sorts of message, left, right, center. It's all over me. So in your case, God is going to make the message clear. All you have to do is surrender. If this video is a sign of the message that God is sending to you, yield to God's instructions. Watch the video with your child. Children from 8 years, things are already happening to them. They have no knowledge about. You think it's not time to share with them. It's time to share with them. Watch this video with them. Then as you're watching the video, watch them, ask them questions, share your experience with them. Tell them if this happens, for instance, this is what you do. If what happened to this guy happens, you ever see this guy, this is what you should do. If what happened to me happens, this is what you should do. That has given them a foundation to avoid such pitfalls. Because if you give them this example, give them another example, they could use those examples for another example that you did not even give them. You see? But we don't speak to them. We let these things fester. It keeps festering. The hole is getting bigger and bigger. People are falling inside. There's so many people in this hole I'm talking about. So many people. In that hole, there are people that are trapped in there. They are betraying each other. They are blackmailing each other. You know it happened to you. So because of that, people cannot move freely anymore. Sorry, I'm not part of that. I'm not. My God that I serve has given me freedom. Freedom of will, freedom to express. This is one difficult thing that I thought, how on earth am I going to do this? How on earth am I going to say this? It has held me down. It has disturbed my life. And I'm not doing it because of myself. I'm not doing it to free myself. I could stay with it because from the day it happened, I felt I deserved any punishment. But at that time, I was thinking, I just feel sorry for my parents. They will not hear that I did this. Can you imagine? With all the things I was doing at that time, Odu and everything I was doing at that time, I was already causing my mother a lot of heartache. Someone that's a Christian, a deeper life member for that matter. My father had already received, in his own end a lot of my wahala, direct receiving of my problems, because I was very rebellious. Sometimes when I think back to the child that I was, I just laugh. I just laugh. I'm like, wow, you know. But the funny thing is that when this one happened, even when it was happening, I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't get out of it. So what that says is that more than 1 million kids have found themselves in the same situation that I found myself before, and more than 2 million kids will find themselves in that situation again, right? Causing the damage for a young girl. And when you see some adults, you're wondering why are they not functioning properly? The issues that are coming from the past, the issues that are coming from their childhood, the issues that are coming from that dark hole, that demonic dark hole that's troubling their present life. So 1 minute you see they're acting good, like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know what's wrong with him. Yeah, it's an underlining trauma. And don't get it twisted. It's traumatic for even the ones that didn't feel guilt at that time. It's traumatic for them as it's traumatic for the girl. The girl is the main victim, but the boys are victims of the society. So the girl is a victim of a boy and of a society because the society created the boy, but the boy is a victim of the society. The father never spoke to him about that situation. Father never even spoke to him about sex. No, right? The thing they probably just tell him if you give get belly, no say I no get handle, I no go carry the pikin. O. So just know say if you give get belly, you will find where you go take up the pikin. That's what they'll probably just tell the boy. So in order for us to protect our girl child, we have to educate the boy child because it's the boy child that comes on to damage the girl child. It's the damaged father that goes on to damage his children. You know, there's a lot of deep work. Maybe I'm not even in the position to render any sort of advice. I don't know. And you know the one that pisses me off the most is the fact that there's a lot of betrayals that the victim is not aware of. See, some people are snakes. One part of me feel actually I shouldn't be doing this because this is absolutely going to re-traumatize the victim and traumatize some people. But In order for you to heal a wound, you have to peel off the upper skin so that air can enter, you can treat it properly. Because this is not just about us again. We've lived the first part of our life. We just have the second part to live. There's the next generation that haven't even started life. Who's going to help them? Who's going to mentor them? Who's going to educate them when we're all hiding in secret? When we're all keeping things to ourselves? When we're all ashamed? When we're all afraid? When we're all blackmailing? When we're all betraying people because of jealousy and wickedness? Who's going to help them? There's so many things that they are even going to experience with kind of world, the kind of technological world that we're living in right now, added to the ones we've experienced that are just natural, that will always happen. So they have a lot, right, to cope with. They have a lot on their plates that they can't handle by themselves. They need help. They need mentorship, right mentorship. They need honest conversations, not manipulators. They need people that will tell them the truth, be vulnerable and tell them the truth. They can only, right, grow from the truth. They can only really learn from the truth. Manipulations and lies, trying to look good before them, will put them in trouble tomorrow. Now, I'm not going to speak to the people that were involved. Yeah, I mean, I hope you come to terms with what happened then. Um, Everyone probably going through their own thing. When people grow up, they realize that the things they've done is wrong. Um, I hope you come to terms with the impact of what happened. Um, yeah, but my concern is if I am feeling like this, if I have felt like this over these 33 years, I just imagine what the victim feels. I just imagine what she feels. And what every other child that's had to go through this feels. As I'm speaking now, there's some experiencing it right now, as I'm speaking right now. And as I'm speaking right now, there's some going to fall into that hole in the next hour. So this conversation needs to be loud. It needs to be loud. People need to open up the conversation, dissect the conversation. Let's treat this virus, this ailment from the root source inside that hole. Let's all go inside that hole, right? And bring out all the dirt in that hole and close that hole. Seriously. Thank you, Lord, for giving me the strength to do this. Um, there's no day it hasn't flashed on my brain. There's no day it hasn't given me sleepless night. My apologies to anyone that was in some way get traumatized by this because it reminds them, maybe they've put it to bed before, it reminds them of what happened in the past. I apologize. I know when I get off this live, I'll be thinking, oh, I didn't say this well. I didn't say this well. I should have said this. All right. Life, we can never be perfect. We'll make mistakes. The video before I was able to finally get on this live on YouTube and on Facebook, I prayed to God that whatever is not ideal for me to say, He should make me forget it. And I hope that's what's happening. I hope this video heals someone. I hope this video helps someone. I hope this video find finds the right person that needs it. I hope this video changes us for the better. I hope this video makes us reflect on our lives and want to do better. I hope this video brings you to God. Yes, I was a part of it. But immediately I was a part of it, I asked God, why? Why? Why did you let I was not a part of the plan. Why did you let me fall into this hole? Why did you allow me listen to the voice that said, follow them, follow them, follow them, follow them, follow them, follow them? And I followed. Sometimes God will let us fall into certain traps to teach us a lesson, to make us be his witness, to use us for his own good. So many reasons that we cannot understand at the time it happens. But will finally reveal as time goes by and you're willing to listen and be obedient. Be obedient and submit to his will. So I say this to say to any young child, you have a right to say no. You don't have to be liked by your peers. If you see anything that your heart tells you this is not ideal, it is wrong, take your stand and walk away. Better still, try to stop it because your attempt to stop it will make them stop. Even if it doesn't make them stop, guess what? That joy in you, knowing that you tried your best, would always remain with you than the guilt of succumbing to something stupid. Again, I'm not exonerating myself. I will never exonerate myself. The deed has happened. It happened. There's no way I can take it back. It just happened. However, you want to see it, my name was there. It's been made public now. There's no running away from it. I think one of the things that I thought at that point when it happens that the day this thing is going to come out, oh my God, they're going to call me this, they're going to call me this. Oh my God, my head felt like exploding. I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Oh my God, you know. To think that for 33 years, no one said anything. And I had to be the one that exposed me. God help me, like He has always done. So, um, before I end this video, I just want to leave you one thing. Trust God in anything you do. Trust God. He has a reason for everything. I remember when I asked why, because I asked then, I was like, God, why? He said, I have my reasons why. And I'll say it. He said, I needed you to be my witness. I know it doesn't seem right. And to me, it didn't make sense. Like, how? You make me do such a stupid thing. If you go back and watch my videos, this what's happening now, there's been a build up to it. That's why in the caption I said that it seemed like I've been auditioning all my life for this. There's a build up. I've always kind of made reference. I've always sort of touched on it. If you go back and watch certain videos, but I'm happy that the day has come. Just like the deed was done, this bidding has been done. Whatever comes after it is God's will. Let it be. Let it be. So I say to everyone that's watching, everyone that's going to watch, everyone that will ever come across this video, ever hear about it, trust God. Be obedient. Earlier you are obedient, the better. This thing that come out a long time ago, better for me. I would have gotten away with it, and I would have gone ahead with my life. Um, the impact that this has had on my life, unseen, in the background, people don't know what's going on, right? I can't even begin to mention. The same way some other men, you just see for some reason they'll say, "Oh, this man, this one happened to him." There's been so many things going on in him, judging himself, hating himself. It's just so much. It's just so much. And there's a lot of burden on a man. And like I said, it's the lack of attention to the boy child that's destroying the girl child. And that girl child needs to be protected. needs to be protected. Protection for a girl child starts with proper education, detailed education when it comes to these things, especially sexual assault with the boy child. Education, mentorship. Education, mentorship. That mentorship cannot be overstated. Cannot. It's needed like yesterday and like fresh air that we breathe. Because we're constantly, through our lives, we're constantly looking at who do we model our life around? Who do we model? Who do I look at? Who do I follow his footsteps? That's what I was doing. I was scanning. Things I was seeing around me, didn't like it. I was scanning and scanning. Oh, this, oh, this. We need that heavily. Mentorship. So, my challenge is this. Please, let's try our best to save the next generation. To save first of all, save our children. Because what goes around comes around. If you have a daughter and you've done such a thing before, guess what? It's going to happen to your daughter. It is. It is. So avoid it from happening. Take your own step to save one life. How do you do that? Have this conversation with your children. Sit them down. Tell them the things that you did that was wrong and tell them the correct way to have done it and the reason why you fell into that hole and how they can avoid falling into that hole. When they learn that, guess what? They don't fall into the hole. They save someone else that would have been a victim because now they know better and they can do better. If you can't do it by just sharing it by yourself with them, watch this video with them. Analyze the video with them. And constantly be in their ear when it comes to such things. If anything pops up in your head that this is, you're like, hey, I just thought of this thing here. If this kind of things happen, how do you think you're going to go about it? Hear what they're going to say. If they go about it the wrong way, like, no, that's not the right way. I think this is it, this is it, this is it, because this. Lay out the cards for them so that when they go there, they know the one to drop. If it's A, speak to, or whatever it is, they know the card to drop and be able to navigate that situation. A lot of things. I think my generation has a lot to do with correcting, resetting life expectation, and is it life expectation again, or the standard of living? Yeah, expectation, life expectation, what they're supposed to do, or how their life is supposed to be, even how long they live, because these things affect mental health, right? Even now, they add technology to it. They don't even have time again. Everything's happening on the internet. They will know what to do, right? We have a stand to take, and that stand comes from us being vulnerable, from us being sincere, from us having our conversations with our kids, from us opening up to what happened to us. I mean, if you're not comfortable to do it like this, like me, and no one has to even do it like this again. It's not needed because this probably won't be good for a lot of people, right? But this opens up the conversation that you can start having privately. If it's one public conversation like this that creates a million other private conversations, we have done something great that way. Just one public conversation, it ends there so that no one starts feeling traumatized again, re-traumatized. But let it create ripple effect of private conversations and start that healing journey. Because you need to heal, your kids need to heal, right? Because they've experienced one or two that they will now tell you. Think of it. Did you ever tell your parents anything that happened to you? How many of them did you tell? So you think your kids will not tell you? These kids that are AI kids. All right. That's me. I'm done. Thank you very much for listening and taking. Thank you very much for the anticipated. Is that the word? The action that you're going to take as a result of watching this video. Um, may God bless you. Wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. Stay blessed. Till I see you again. Bye.